110%. You down one of my officers.
Team foes, Joey.
Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do on your end,
around,
and then tell him to turn himself in by the end of the night. Warrants are gonna go out for you guys so fat, it's gonna make your head spin. And I might have a little knock on your doors, you know what I'm saying? All right, Mr. Johnson, I'll be in contact with you soon. I'm gonna get Malone to turn himself in, but you want to put out a warrant for him? All right, put out a warrant for him, 100 months, 15K. I want every single class 2 that was on that scene pinned to fucking Water Malone. I don't care if he wasn't carrying it. I don't care if he didn't have it in his fucking hands. I want 6 class 2s on that fucking warrant, so everybody takes it fucking seriously. All right, appreciate you.
Joey. What's up, brother, man?
say that to a border trooper, though. Your ass is about to be taken to the fucking op closet.
Put's already owned me, apparently. Door and Put's bottom. So, I mean, I had no say. I don't know who I'd want. Probably. Or at
What the fuck is that?
that's the EMS. You know, maybe Valentino. I'd probably be okay with Valentino. Don't. If you heard that, don't say anything. All right.
Yeah, I thought y'all were warming up first and limbering up. Okay.
Good.
I'm paycheck farming right now.
Hey, what's the food?
Fucking add shake to the end of it for fuck's sake.
No, I want to be able to give everyone in PD a blowjob. Okay.
Yo, what's poppin'?
Joey,
alright,
I have
gotcha.
food for you. I have food for you.
Yeah, she's just gonna give everybody a blowjob.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm first.
All right. I'll be
I'll
giving
go-
you a. I'll be giving you a Calico donut. All right. See, he took it nicely.
Yeah, he likes them.
I have
Hey,
food for ya. I have food for ya.
Hi.
Hi.
Yo, wait, what's up?
Can-
Come on. I got you, let's go.
What's up, gang?
What's up? Let me knock on wood, never done it myself, but I'll check. Oh, which one is it? Tyrone? Holy shit, 6 AKs? 5211.
What?
Looks good to me. If you want, you can get Dean to look over it. Just double check it. Come on, just. Come on, chip, man. No idea.
Content.
Let's go to come down.
100%, that's fine.
PD content.
Who is just?
How'd you
Fisher,
like
why
your
the hell
meeting,
you
Joey?
using this old man?
So I can send you the
Fisher.
barbecue.
Alright.
That's my right.
What can I do
That's
for you?
that's my right. That's my right.
Oh, 10-4.
Hello. Hello. Yes, sir. That's perfect. Alrighty, that's good. Alrighty.
Delta 82, 76 to 67, baby.
So far?
Yeah, Delta 21 plus 1 is also there. I don't know if that's counted.
You want to take this tech too? Two.
What time we're taking two? You want to see if time 3 is clear?
Take a check. Yeah. Two. How many of them are inside?
Tag teach. They're running out now.
Blake, do you want to go ahead and take primary? Vic, do you want to take secondary and we'll take first?
Disregard that, looks like they're going back in. It looks like there's only 2 suspects. Yeah.
Delta 12, I have visual on that lady with the trunk suit that was from 7. If you ever stayed in the garage.
10-4, Delta 57 plus 166.
With a Lamborghini with yellow trim, neon trim. Most recent 20 northbound North Rockford.
Can we get one additional unit on the 20, please? Latest 20.
I'll be in Vinewood Hills.
Trouble keeping up with you here. Drop.
Heading up towards Observatory.
Delta 57 plus 2, active 1011 northbound Elegant Ave, no additional needed. Back to you.
They're going
Make
under
that
the
right
bridge.
turn under the tunnel. Continuing straight.
You want to take over 95 and we're going to break off from this. I can't keep up.
4.
Left hand turn. Eastbound Marlow. If we could get a high speed to attach to this, we'll switch to TAC 3.
Drop. Switching to TAC 3.
Factory check.
Sector check.
10-2. Eastbound Conquer. We're south of Vinewood Bowl. Vehicle is a black Lambo with like Tron lights and yellow underglow. Vehicle is turned eastbound away from Vinewood Bowl. Southbound on LSF.
Would be attached.
10.
Hard 50. Never mind, he had a big headache. He's continuing southbound. Eastbound Capital. Himself. Put your hands up. Go for cuffs.
Was there only one occupant?
2.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Did you get out? You got out, right?
Put your hands up. Put your hands up, man. Did you already impound that?
No, I didn't impound it already.
Okay.
Is the other 95 in custody?
Negative. He hopped back into the vehicle.
No, the one that the Tron
Oh,
suit
10-4.
guy.
Yeah. Good. Oh god. I'm out of the chase. I hit your bike and popped my tires.
Where did he go?
He's right behind us. He's hitting eastbound Chum. Eastbound Chum.
anybody see him?
Negative. He continued this eastbound.
Are you sure it was eastbound? Because I didn't see anyone come this way.
Yeah, I'm positive. He continued eastbound.
So away from the ocean.
10-4, yep.
So did he turn around because he was headed westbound?
Yeah, he did turn around. He 50'd as well, that's why Joey 50'd, and I crashed into Joey's bike.
Yeah, but he was having headaches real bad too.
But yeah, no, he definitely continued eastbound, and then I don't know where he turned down to. I'm out this chase, so I have no back tire.
10-4 was just 1019 with the 195.
Alright, awesome. I'm gonna swap back backward. Type 1 check.
10-2.
That was unfortunate, dude. Dude, I saw you fucking fly off your bike, and your bike literally flew right in front of me, bro. I was like, bruh. What? Yeah, welcome to motor unit, man. That's why if you're chasing somebody, don't tend to be right behind them. Be like a little bit to the side.
About 10, 11, code 4.
Oh, damn. Chain reaction. Oh. Who's that?
I have no idea. Might want to ask Steffi. She might know.
Bro, Tori's out the front desk begging to get rehired because DOC is quote unquote boring.
Right back.
Mia Dagon? Mia? Lauren? Lauren? Mia? Maria? No, good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good fucking luck on that one. No. Maybe try Mickey though. Talk to Mickey. Laura's his wife. Ginger hair. Really soft spoken. I'll talk to Burrows and say you need to speak to Maria. He'll help you with Maria. She's an FIB. Hey. But yeah, Tori was at the front desk saying, "Oh my god, DOC is so boring, rehire me." Bro, she literally posted a selfie of her and the Diablos yesterday. Like, what? Wait. Literally, like... You know? I don't know. I was bitching up about it and someone got mad because I was bitching. But honestly, like, don't want my opinion, you know, fuck it. I think it's stupid. She was, like, talking shit about Ren, so I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's like, how's she gonna be in a rookie vest saying, "Oh my god, people with crippling anxiety should not be able to join PD." Like, bro, don't play that shit with me, man. Oh my god, you're so stupid if you think just because you have anxiety you can't do things. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's my rant of the day. I love you.
Hello.
Delta 29, pull it the fuck over.
Yeah.
Foxtrot 10, 10, 11, Elgin.
Trust me, they're lifesavers.
Oh, I like lightsabers. Those are good.
Foxtrot 10, 10, 11, code 4.
Foxtrot 18, traffic Sonora Freeway northbound.
Can I get multiple units to the lumber yard? We have class 2 shootout here.
Foxtrot 10 176.
The shooters are going to be in a light blue 4-door vehicle westbound Capitol. Everyone is currently pursuing the vehicle with shooters, AK-47.
Casey?
Yeah, 10-4. Right now they're headed towards the MRPD entrance. The tunnels. Going right behind MRPD now, entering the tunnels at MRPD. So light blue in color sedan.
Go ahead. Hey, do you know how many shooters were in the vehicle?
I believe 2.
I'm gonna go ahead and go by luxury autos and see if they come out there.
One more unit to go to Double Barrel, that'd be great. Alright, all units on this class 2 shooting from lumber. Let's go ahead and switch over to TAC 3.
That's 3 check. I am at the exit of the subway on Lux Auto.
Alright, I'm not continuing through, bringing me to Mirror Park.
Everyone is above the Mirror Park exit.
4.
The driver's gonna have a class 2. I'm not sure about the passenger.
Double Barrel, but they went this way, they're going to be long gone.
It looked like a gang hit. The 2 guys hopped out of the vehicle, rolled up to a guy, blasted him with class 2s and left.
I believe they went Del Puro because the roadwork signs are intact here still.
Do we have anyone at Del Puro?
Del Puro's code 4.
So far, we'll just continue to code 6, but it's probably easier.
Alright, let me know if you see anything, Casey. Foxtrot 10, switch back to Act 1.
That's in traffic.
Trinso.
Act 1 check.
10-2.
5, 10, 11 West Eclipse Boulevard, no additional needed.
Shots in Legion. That's on those shots in Legion. I have 3 detained.
Delta 21 plus 1's gonna be 23 on the 67 Alpha. You can see one vehicle outside. Is there gonna be any... 9?
Two, that guy was running up people over. Echo 29 to Chief. Am I on TAC 1?
10-2.
Echo 29 to Chief.
Yeah.
Can you reroute to VPD, please?
Yeah, I can do that for you.
10-4, thank you.
Units at the 67A. Let's move this to a different tab. Three, if it's open.
Hello.
2. The suspect in green is gonna have the drugs, I believe.
And four. This vehicle really struggles to keep up with this car, so I don't know how much help I'm going to see on this.
Go to TAC 1 and try to get another. Or whoever the trail unit is, try to get someone off of TAC 1 to join us. They're currently westbound passing Legion.
Tag 3 check.
10-2.
We have an additional unit on the way now.
10-4, we're westbound on Del Perro Freeway. I think he's going into the tunnels.
10-4, I'm attached.
Could I have you enter the Alta Street tunnel?
10-4.
Want me to go to Vespucci Canals? Okay, enter through there.
Yeah, just go to the MRPD exit and I'll cover the Mirror Park exit. Is it just the motor unit that's actually with them? Yeah, just be careful. They start shooting, obviously. Try to protect yourself. Yeah, they just came out. We're in the canals, southbound. They're gonna try to 10-2. I think they're gonna try to jump onto Del 22. Yeah, they're still continuing southbound in the canals.
Can you jump at 20, please?
Going by to Little Bighorn. Going by Davis Hospital. Westbound Davis Ave. Going by the weed door. Strawberry, northbound. Underneath the pillbox tunnel.
Delta 21 plus 1's got to break off. We're having an extreme headache. We cannot keep up.
Take a left, they're heading southbound on Lower Power Street, heading out now.
Could you switch to Tech 1 and try to get a replacement?
I can try.
Back into Lower Power Street, heading northbound. Taking a right, going to the parking lot. Taking another right, going towards the Fuji Boulevard. Left, now facing eastbound, but Fuji Boulevard, taking a right.
It's fine, we can amp it up a little bit. If you have an opportunity to pit, go for it.
10-4. No trouble.
Check.
Me too.
I get you as an extra unit, but no one's responding. Push back Tech 1 for 42.
I passed by your right side there. Back onto Los Santos Freeway. Try to fit here. held off on pits for a second.
Yeah, you have clearance, but
Car
just
is
be aware.
smoking.
It is 50.
Sorry about that. Bike unit nearby. Up the garage. And back down. That bike still around, Casey?
Didn't see it.
I do something here. If you want to watch out outside, bike unit. I do the jump. 10-4. Okay, so I saw a bike outside. They might jump into that. Up top. Going to the stairs. Up in the car. Getting out.
An officer. Officer down. Officer down. They're coming down the stairwell on the northwest side. You got one running to the north side. Are you still up?
the way, I'll help you, officer. I'll just beat you up there. Officer, what happened? You with me? Got shut. Oh, right. Mike, I'm gonna go ahead and get you started on some saline fluids, bag of unlimited blood. You allergic to any medication? Gonna know? Alright, perfect. I'm gonna get you about 4 milligrams of morphine, help any pain you're having. Taking a look, it looks like the plate carrier blocked a pretty good couple. Good couple
67A.
rounds.
Both my officers got shot. And
Maybe
nobody
3 of
was
them
on
hit you
that.
up in the neck area, so that's what I'm going to be worrying about. This plate carrier block the ones that hit you in the torso. So don't worry about those. When you get those cleaned up, sterilized, I don't want you getting infected, especially in such a sensitive area. So I'm going to go ahead and get those packed with gauze, and I'm going to get a compression bandage program there. And I'm going to take you up to the route for my company. That is the ambulance spot. You should be good to go once we're all ready to get back to the hospital.
Jesus fuck.
Sorry, my fault. Should have taken the stairs.
Shoulder, trying to get you on some IV saline fluids here, as well as no negative blood. Get those wounds cleaned with some antiseptic. Get the package of gauze on, get a bandage around that. Also get a bandage around your shoulder. I'll get you in a seat collar on the backboard, and we'll get you transported. All right, man. Hang in there with me. Alright, officers in there, I'm going to try to reach in there and attach your seatbelt. Yes, sir. +816 is going to be +1, 1019 with 2 1057s. I'm sorry, Joey.
It's okay. Oh, Joey, no, not you. My man.
What the fuck? This car park's a lot bigger than it looks.
Shit, if I knew that was up on the top there, I'd have just gotten my medevac out.
Okay, listen, you don't look, you don't have to keep flexing your medivac training, Sarah.
It's my proudest achievement in this city, so.
That guy as well. Fuck the criminals. They shot 2 of my officers today. You got both of them? Okay.
+2 ICU.
Yeah, I mean, it's working now.
Alright, our friend here got shot a good couple times. Plate carrier blocked most of them, so none in the torso, but he had like, I believe 2 of them hit in the lower neck region. So that's what you're going to be worrying about.
Okay, thank you.
It's not allergic to any medication. I got him on 4 milligrams morphine. Other than that, just saline, the usual. Joey, hang in there, my man. I think you're Joey. I'm bad with names.
It's Joey.
It's Joey.
Alright, my man. Are you with me? Is what he said true? You got shot? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry about that. Alright, I'm gonna pack this gunshot wound with some gauze, rapid press wrap you, a little ice pack to make you feel a little bit more comfortable. Give you a little bit more saline fluid. And I'll give you some O-negative blood here.
Damn, homie.
I'll give you like 2 milligrams more.
How you doing, man? I
morphine,
guess
just
my
for a
door's
bit
on
more
mine.
pain a little bit, and you should be up and
you
running
build me.
here.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go. Stay safe out there. Yeah, my bank account's not negative anymore. Yay.
It's, he's cutting him down.
What happened to him? Okay, alright. Knock knock. Are you there, sir?
No.
You got any drug allergies?
You guys did your best.
Nope.
Perfect. I'm gonna give you.
That's all that matters, brother. That's all you can do.
Fentanyl with a little bit of Versed in it to help relax you. O negative blood, and I'm gonna have some isotonic saline flowing. I'm gonna put some pressure on that gunshot wound while I get your vitals hooked up. Your vitals are starting to stabilize. You have some high blood pressure, but that's normal because you're going through some trauma. I'm gonna go ahead and take off that pressure and inject you some lidocaine on 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'll numb you up so I can remove the bullet. I'm gonna take it out on 4. 1, already got it out. You're doing great. Applying a little bit more pressure for that blood. And then I'm gonna clean and disinfect the wound and cauterize you. Feeling great. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a nice Nemo bandage.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You stay safe out there, officer.
Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. Much love, EMS.
Stay
Bye.
safe.
Ugh.
Oh my lord.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of mad about that. I'm gonna tell you. Who's the? What was the last reason, or what was the last unit's reason to break off? Okay. Oh, yep, we gotta go downstairs.
Hello.
What's going on?
Can I roll with you guys?
Can you? No, sorry. Can you take off your mask for me, please?
I'm Santa Claus.
Yep, no one. I was tempted to drop the alpha, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we even. I'll ride with you. Oh, is this the new Charger? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I didn't start getting my personal vehicles for PD. Why isn't it used as much? Oh, okay.
Cowboy boots. What's up, Joey?
Down. That's rough.
Hey. Mm-hmm. I'm not seeing any Bravos, big dog. Did you drop an Alpha?
No, he dropped a Bravo.
Okay, but we had 2 cops go down, right?
Yes.
So why did we not drop an Alpha?
There were, I mean, that's what I'm kind of here to talk about is because Do we just always drop alphas when cops go down regardless, or is there like a sliding scale? Because it was 2 suspects from a 67. That's my question. Do we just always, if cops go down, it's alpha, automatic? Is that what we're doing?
Well, if you have 2 cops that went down and you're in Air 1 who can't shoot and secure the scene, I assume, though, it's a fleeing felon.
Which is why I switched to TAC 1 and I attempted to get other units to connect to it while I was chasing the...
Right, but you had people who were on scenes, and then I was booking someone with, I didn't even have a radio on. But if you drop the alpha, that pulls people off scenes to the downed officers to secure the people who shot at officers.
But that's what I'm talking about is, does it always escalate to an alpha, no matter what? Perhaps I'm asking the wrong person. Should I be asking the FIB this question?
I mean, it's called discretion because you should know when and when not to drop an alpha. If
Right,
all the
and so
officers-
that's so
Okay,
my
but all
call
the
was
officers on the scene that were chasing, because I do not count Air 1 because you cannot do anything from Air 1 in the heat of the moment. You cannot. Or down. So there should have been an alpha dropped. If you want to go ask FIB, you're more than welcome to. But what I am saying is, if there are officers down that are being chased or chasing people, and they both go down, that's what the alpha's for. To come in.
Is it though?
secure
That's
the
what I'm
scene.
at. I think it's a little bit of a philosophy question. Do we big dick every single scene if officers get shot? That's my question.
When
Because
coming on attack 1 saying 2 officers have been shot, yelling at people to come, big dicking as well.
I think there's an intermediate step between requesting additional backup on TAC 1 versus just making everybody drop what they're doing and coming.
Here's my thing. If you go down and you are the last officer on a scene actively chasing, it's your job to drop the alpha. If you go down and there's officers on your scene that are not down, don't drop a fucking alpha. Like, I don't understand why this has been such a big question the past.
Because there's constant threats of where you're if you fuck up a scene, we're firing you. That's what I'm talking about.
If you drop an alpha right now, you're getting fired. If we're in a gunfight and you get shot and you drop an alpha, not getting fired. It's
But
so
there's gray area because when there's 7 cops attached to the scene and 2 suspects, and we somehow let ourselves get into a situation where it's mano a mano 2 because the rest had to disconnect or had other issues. So that's what I'm saying is like if there's 2 suspects and 6 cops and we somehow don't have any units, do we still say, well,
if you don't want to drop
that's
alpha, they
the
get away.
judgment that I made was, well, I'm going to try to attach units. They went immediately for the subway. I tried to clog the exits with additional officers from TAC 1, but it didn't seem appropriate to me to alpha from the air. But that's what I want to ask is the policy simply if an officer gets shot, then alpha?
Okay. Nothing in law enforcement is black and white. There is no going to be, I'm not going to drop an alpha when Joey drops an alpha. Aspen's not going to drop an alpha when I drop an alpha. You're not going to drop an alpha when I do. Nothing is black and white. The policy is if there are still cops on your scene, it is their job to decide whether it is an alpha. So Joey didn't drop an alpha. Cool. He dropped a Bravo. That's what he felt was necessary. Next person goes down. Dropped a Bravo, I'm guessing. Again, didn't have a radio. Can't see it. On top of that, you were in Air 1. You saw them both get shot down. If I was in your shoes, I would have dropped an alpha because I'm like, hey, I can't hot drop Air 1 and 2 officers just got gunned down by 2 people.
And so that is exactly my question is there ever a situation where we think to ourselves, well, you know what, they just won this time? Or should it always be, no, we're PD, we always win, drop the alpha, big dick these guys?
Is alpha an instant win, though? That's my question. You just watched your people get shot down, and so fuck them, right?
Yeah, that's, I mean, should that be the mentality is at the end of the day, we win, so fuck them.
But is it an instant win by the time you get everybody there? Because where you were
I
at,
mean,
no one was.
Right. By the time anybody knew what was happening, they were almost at the subway. And we've lost countless suspects just today going into the subway. So no, it's not an automatic win.
So then it's not an automatic answer.
But it's also basically just using Alpha to club them down.
Then don't drop an Alpha.
Which is why I find it's, unless an officer's like getting robbed in front of me, like when I'm in Air 1, it just seems odd to me to drop an Alpha while I'm chasing, because then they're going to go to some location that's not even where they're at. Just weird.
Here, could I give my input here? I'll just give you an example, okay, of when I would drop an Alpha. Okay, if I'm alone on a scene, I'm getting shot at. I wait until, you know, I'm like fucking bleeding out, you know, I'm about to drop, and then I'll drop an Alpha. It's situational, and it is discretionary. At the end of the day, it's kind of one of those things that you just gotta play by ear. And the tough choice is, as long as you're not abusing it and you're not being like ridiculous, then I don't see a problem, right? I mean, there's a lot of like,
Yeah, you're asking it to be defined in bold ink, and you aren't going to be able to ever get that answer.
listen, and here's the thing, like if
I'm more talking about my mindset. Should it ever enter into my mind? Well, I don't think it's reasonable for two suspects to have to shoot through like 7 to 10 cops off of a 67 Alpha. Or should I always be, no, fuck them. At the end of the day, it's us or them.
How long have you been in PD?
A year and a half.
Okay, so you have been a year and a half in PD. You know what you're doing. So therefore, whatever you think is the right decision, it's the right decision on your seat.
In my opinion, how I just see it, if you called for additionals and you thought that was the first right thing to do, and everyone basically said, ah, fuck this, I don't feel like responding to a 78 call, and you're realizing how intense the situation is, and no one even really wants, you don't even like want to respond, I would have dropped an Alpha then.
Well,
let me put it this way. It's not so much trying to get a win, it's more so trying to secure our officers and get them to safety. And when you drop that Alpha, you're in charge of that scene. You tell officers, you say, hey, I need officers here now by dropping that Alpha. And it's not so much, go get those bad guys, go shoot them. It's,
right,
I want to recover my fellow officers, that their lives
again, I have been told, if you drop an Alpha and the entire police department shows up and that scene is code 4, you're getting striked or fired. Because
no, that's ridiculous, because there's so many variables with
I
suspects.
could go find it in my body cam. It was said like around 5 weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago they did say if you dropped an Alpha and it wasn't deemed that it was an Alpha situation, you could catch a flight.
They're dumb. The most you're going to get is literally someone saying you're dumb.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. You can argue that. Like, okay, let's say you got 2 officers on a scene, you're getting shot at, 1 officer goes down, and you're still up, and you just immediately drop an Alpha. That's stupid, okay? But if you're in Air 1 like you were in your situation, I would have dropped an Alpha. Not so much to get the bad guys, but to secure my officers that are on the ground. Who knows? Criminals could be petty. They could take our officers and ocean dump them. And I want to save the life of the officer, and I can't get there on the ground. And there is stages to it too. Like if it's kind of like one of those things where you can see them fleeing away and the officers are on the ground, sure, drop a Bravo, hop on tack 1, be like, hey, I need help. No one responds.
That's exactly
then I would
what I did.
But okay, but just wait.
So I visually watched them get into a vehicle and drive away with my officers down and dropping Bravos.
So
So
let
I
me
switched
finish.
to tack 1.
Yes. So let me finish. That is good, and that's the process I would go, depending on the scene. Like if there's no one around and the officers seem to be in a safe environment, right? Then do that, go through that process, and then if no one's responding, then drop an Alpha. I can't tell you how many times where I'm on a scene, I get shot down, and I'm fucked, right? And there's people loitering, you know? I'm not gonna exactly drop an Alpha if they're kind of just like starting to leave, but if no one's fucking responding, then yeah, damn right I'll drop an Alpha. But at the end of the day, it's discretionary, and you're not going to be able to find a fine line. It's just, all I can really say is use your common sense, right? Like, as long as it's not an extreme by, like, you know, you're obviously just misusing it, like 3 officers, 1 suspect, and you just choose to drop an alpha, you're fine. As long as it's within like a reasonable threshold of dropping an alpha, there shouldn't be any problem, and I'll back anyone up anytime with that.
Here's the thing. I thought we were teaching alphas and bravos in the FTO process. So from a rookie phase, you should know when to drop an alpha and bravo. And that becomes, over time, becomes your discretion. We literally did a big bank like 3 days ago where I said, if you drop an alpha, get fined. Because that was part of the demands. And we had 20 officers. 20 versus 8, you kind of have to read the situation. That's how it should be. Read the situation. There isn't going to be a equation of I have X officers, they have Y suspects equals alpha. It's just not going to happen. What is it going to be is a person who is going to either be dropping nothing, a bravo, or the alpha. It is up to them to make the decision. If they fuck up and say I get punched out by Aspen right here and I drop an alpha, that's me
You
fucking.
guys are allowed about 41.
I just think we just didn't have enough officers. Like there was, I don't know what happened, but we lost 2 of our officers connected, and then there was only 2
you
officers.
did the right thing in the fact that you tried to get additionals, but I think when you realize everyone is ignoring the bravos, ignoring your assistants, you should have just dropped an alpha, because you're realizing, right, this is a situation where I need assistance, but no one's fucking listening. You
But-
know the moment that someone says alpha or class 2, every fucking person's gonna show up.
But that's the thing is, go ahead, Joe.
You also, here's
You
the
also
thing,
have to
you
keep
also
in
got to
mind, though-
remember that it's been, bravos have been for a very long time, like people are still getting used to that. Now, I am a huge advocate for bravos being what they're used for right now. I always have been, okay? But at the end of the day, not all officers respond to bravos. A strong
the
majority of them
We
don't
have 16
respond to them.
officers right now. We had 11 when that was happening. I can account
How are you
for
calling me when you're right there?
5 of them, and then there were 3 on your scene. So that means I have
Bet.
3 people who you
I'll
even
do
said
it right
Franco
now,
was
bro.
available, but he said he was on a scene. He was riding 1 deep, so I can't account for 1 officer.
Wait, so
I'm pretty sure that officer was helping FIB with something else. So that being said, there was no one to come to the 78 request.
Right,
The
and
Bravos
so
weren't being
part of
seen. I can't see the Bravo if I don't have a radio. That's my fuck
Part-
up to where I can't yell at people to go to the Bravo.
part of my calculus was, and I don't know if it should be, maybe it should not be, is 2 guys off of a 67 Alpha when we had like 6 cops, I think, attached at one point. Is that worth disrupting every single other officer on? I mean,
So,
It's a
so
call you have to make.
I'll answer that question for you. And I feel the same way that you do. Like, okay, if there's 2 suspects, right, and we have like fucking 10 cops on them and they all go down, I'm not really gonna be hard pressed to drop an alpha to fucking try to get them.
I'm good now.
It's more so, and that's why when you do drop the alpha, people are gonna see that you dropped that, right? And they're gonna ask you, they're gonna ask for a status check. And if you're up, you can let them know. You can say, hey, like, I want to set up a perimeter. I want to secure the officer, get him to a hospital. You know, it is discretionary, and I'm not one to be like, oh, I want to get this fucking W every fucking scene. When I first joined PD, I was very systematic, and that's kind of how I came off, and that's what I did. I've changed since then, and I can wholeheartedly support that. I want everyone to have fun, okay? But it gets to a point where it's you're kind of like treading the line from Rasta Pasta and this, and that's kind of a hard conversation to have. Now, that's why it's a discretionary thing too, and that's why I use my reasoning of securing the officers to drop the alpha. Is that basically tries not to break this barrier here, without, you know.
and again, that's the concern that I have is if I drop an alpha and the only thing that's there is down officers, I get in trouble.
You're not gonna get in trouble for that though. How many times does an
Have
alpha
you
get
seen someone
dropped?
actually be disciplined for doing that after that threat has been made?
No.
Besides someone who actually deserved it, and we all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I have not.
I mean, the chances are
So
extremely
they're
high of that
explained,
happening.
As long as you don't do what that individual did, and you know the individual I'm talking about, you're good.
Well, and let me just add this too. The odds of a suspect getting away after an alpha's dropped, if you're going down and there's no one else
Extremely
up, is like 80 to 90%. you're never going to get disciplined because there's no suspects on scene. The alpha's there mostly to get units to you right away because you need help. And that help doesn't need to be in the form of getting people arrested. It could be anything. It could be getting your officers to safety, getting them out of harm's way, vice versa. Like, if there's no one there to help you, you can't fucking, you know, you're not going to be able to communicate. So you drop that alpha. And that's what you got to do. If you make that choice, it needs to be within a logical boundary of was it reasonable or not. There's never going to be a fine threshold with an alpha because of how situational it is. And that's why we have that play, right? Within reasonable, like, you know. So hopefully that answers your question. I don't disagree that what you did was wrong. I like to escalate it a certain way. So I would have done the same. I would have dropped a Bravo, got on TAC 1, being like, hey, I need officers right now. We have 2 officers down, blah, blah, blah. No one responds. Then I would drop an Alpha. If I'm getting shot at and I'm alone and there's like tons of gang members around me just all shooting me, then yeah, I'll drop an Alpha. I'm not going to drop I'm not going to try to hop on TAC 1 when that happens. It's all situational. And it also depends on the threat too. If the threat is imminent, then drop an Alpha. If it's like suspects are getting away, don't drop an Alpha right away. You really just have to play it by ear, and there will never be a time where Alphas will be a fine line.
I just want to say, Casey and Joey, like, if we had another unit there, I think it wouldn't be a problem. But unfortunately, they went through head issues, and it would be a different story if they didn't, you know? So I'm sorry if I made the bad call of like having someone outside because I just saw a bike unit out there, but like, you know, it just
I really wanted to
progress,
dismount, but
so.
I just have had bad I just have had bad luck with dismounting from Air 1 because it doesn't, like, the 1 or 2 times maybe you make a difference is 6 or 7 times you're not in a great position and then they just go away. So I thought about landing to help you in the gunfight, but I don't know if that would have made any difference at all.
I mean, hell, what I would have done was, which you probably did, was land Air 1 and security officers. I'm sure you
After they went into the sewers, I came back, but I was trying to get. I don't know. It was just a lot
But
going
you know, and that's the thing. That's why you got to play it by ear, because you know, who knows? You could have landed Air 1 and you're alone, and no one knows you're alone because no one's responding to your Bravos because maybe they're, you know, in a chase or something, right? And that's when you got to be very careful and vigilant, whether if you think you should drop an Alpha or not, right? Because you could be in a dangerous position. You know, there's, like I said, it's random, right? I mean, you're not going to know how a scene plays out.
It is storming like a motherfucker.
Yeah, there was no one. I was trying to get. So I think most of the officers who were 10-8 and not on our scene weren't even on TAC 1. We had one person answer my call on TAC 1, and they were in a scene trying to wrap up to get to us. So,
and that's
yeah, I did come back for you. I mean, I feel like that's all the time. Like, I feel like most of the time, at least, you know, 30-40% of the officers are not going to be on TAC 1 pretty much all the time.
Well, and it's a huge problem. Like, we're still, like, it's so hard to discipline, and I hate it myself. I hate it. You'll have tons of officers 10-8, but they're not 10-8. You know, they just, either they forget or they're just ignorant. They just don't feel like it. You're always going to have that, and it's something that you kind of have to live with. And I've realized that because I've been in your shoes. Like, I can't even count how many times I've been down, dropping like I will spam the fucking MD or the CAD system with Bravos because no one's responding, and that shit pisses me off. But at the end of the day, like, there's only so much you can do in your power, and I've tried to, you know, like, after I go down and if I go to the hospital, I fucking bring my ass back to PD and I look for people. And I look for them sitting on their phones without being, you know, without disclosing that they're 10-7 or whatever, and I talk to them, you know, because it's not okay. And you can only do so much, right? Like, try not to get too worked up about it, and like I said, just play it by ear, and I don't think you'll ever have a problem with dropping Alphas, as long as you're not an idiot, which I know you're not. So I wouldn't worry too much about it.
10.
should be. And but how can you? Okay, so you're treading a fine line. Imagine if you're in the shoes of someone who's going to discipline to the extent of like something like that happening. How would you even do that? How would you go to an officer just because they didn't respond to a scene because they may have accidentally been 10-8? I mean, you can give them a warning, but it's such a hard thing to discipline, and it's not as blatant as someone just sitting on their ass chit-chatting at the station for fucking 50 minutes straight, right? We at the end of the day, we all have variables being in the city, right? Now, I don't have, like, if I see someone sitting with their thumb up their ass and have been doing that for 15 minutes and they're not 10-7, I will rip them a new asshole. But if someone's, like, in their head or something, at the end of the day, as long as, like, that's not really something that I'm fond of, but it happens, and we all have our own things we have to deal with, you know what I mean? So, it's hard to discipline someone over that, and Spruce lost reducing.
Status on Spruce?
He's good, he's with me, he's with DPD.
We're working on it, and I'll tell you right now, if you got ideas, tell the chief, tell higher ups. I mean, you'll realize the higher you climb ranks, it doesn't really matter sometimes trying to make changes. And it's a sad reality, but all you can do is try and just hope for the best, really. Like it's a shitty thing to say, but I mean, that's the truth of it. I mean, I try my best to, you know, give my input on things, or, you know, tell someone when something's going wrong, but at the end of the day, it's up to the higher ups to deal with that, you know. And I'm not talking about like sergeants and stuff, I'm talking about like chief and like FIB and stuff, right? So there's really only so much you can do.
I think one of the problems, did you say something, Johnny?
No.
I think one of the problems is we are cutting it too close. So if we allocate like 4 or 5 officers to this scene, 4 or 5 officers to that scene, and we end up with, you know, 2 or 3 active scenes going on, we basically have nobody who's genuinely 10-8. Well, then if any of those officers have trouble on their scene, nobody can come help them. It almost seems like we need a cushion of officers who are 10-7 but like standing by, and I don't know how this would work, because it would really suck to be like a reserve strike team and just twiddle your thumbs. But I mean, it almost seems like we need like a quick reaction force that's just ready to cover it. Like if I have, you know, 2 or 3 scenes going, I need an officer or 2 per scene ready to respond, and I don't need 1 or 2 officers per every scene, but, you know, I need a handful of officers that can respond.
I strongly agree, and here's the thing though, like if I'm clocked in early, like when there's like no one around and there's like 4 officers, I'll sit down with them and I'll be like, hey, listen, choose your battles, right? Do your best, but don't go start busting someone's balls over blowing through a red light who has like, you know, like, or go into Legion Square when there's like 5 people wearing masks, because there's only 4 of us, you know?
Right.
But at the same time, if someone's getting like kidnapped or something really severe, you can't just be like, oh, I'm not gonna respond to that because we don't have enough officers, right? But it also depends how you do respond to that scene. If I'm the only officer responding to a gang shootout, for instance, and we have no other officers, you know, I'm not gonna go in Rambo style, right? I'm gonna sit there and just, you know, observe, and if no officers respond and it fizzles out, that's all it is, right? You can only do so much, and at the end of the day, I don't think it would be feasible, as much as I do agree that's a good idea to have a cushion. I don't think it would be possible to actually have that, though. You know, being realistic. You know, we're all just here to have fun, and as long as we're doing our best to be vigilant when we show up on a scene alone, that's the best we can do, right? I mean, if you go into a big bank knowing that that's all you got, I mean, mean, shit, that's all you got. You go down, you know? But you're not gonna let that big bang just happen because there's only, you know, 4 of you. So it's one of those things. You know, in a perfect world, it would be nice to not have that problem, but it's no different from people being 10-7 when they're 10-8. It's something that's a very difficult situation to solve, and as much as people are trying to, it is what it is, right? You just gotta try to enjoy your time here and have some fun, right? So
Kind of wonder if it could be done like through the communications director.
oh, I'm
So,
sure
like,
it could.
Dispatch would be like, well, this unit has just taken a call, so I'm pulling him back to 10-7. This unit has been sitting 10-7 to cover my active scenes. My scenes are good. Let me push this unit up to be ready for the next scene, and I'll move this unit into 10-7 reserve. Like, I feel like if we really... I mean, this elaborate ballet is like fanciful on paper, but it's really hard to do in the real world.
Well, so let me say this. I think that's actually the goal with communications, because eventually when an officer calls in they're responding to a scene, they're able to actually take people and put them 10-7 without them having to do it. So if they forget, you know, they're still going to be 10-7. And the goal with that is you can tell who truly is not 10-7, right? You can tell if someone's just dicking around because they haven't called in that they're 10-7 or they haven't 311. And then you can actually start cracking down on it and give discipline to alleviate the problem of what's going on. But for now, there's not really much you can do other than look for the low-hanging fruit that are just sitting and chatting when, you know, there's shit going on for 15 minutes straight. You know?
So I got a question for everybody. Does anybody have extra phones and radios? DOC is super, super dry right now.
Best I can offer you is 4 of
so.
each.
I don't have any.
Here, I'll give you 4 of each.
I gave them
I'm
like
not taking anything out of them.
200 of each like 6 months ago.
Damn. 6 months ago, though. I mean, shit.
Yeah, I went over and spent like 200K on phones and radios.
God dang.
There's 8 in total.
Have a good one, Joey.
Suspects over there with their phone and radio. I assume that they
So good night.